Hey, it's your girl Monique now, Waze Johnson. I'm here with another video about the Braxton season 1, episode 5. Um, yeah, so I know I'm late, but I'm here. I was contemplating on doing this recap of this episode, since I felt so manipulated with the last one. But let me just tell y'all, after that last episode dropped, episode 4, social media was on their ass. Okay. Um, on the sisters ass, especially Tawanda ass, okay? Um and shout out to Really BTV, YouTuber Really BTV, who read and pulled up Tracy last registered will. Granted, we don't know if it's another will out there, but according to the will, it was some things. She left Big Kevin, but she did leave Little Kevin in charge. But it said when I listened to her YouTube video, she said Tracy manager was on there, and then her son, when he's ready, can be in charge of the will or something. But of her estate and her likeness and stuff. And that she didn't say that she didn't want a funeral. She just didn't want a funeral from her sorority and bike club people and stuff like that. It was just a hot mess. But I just know people just was on their ass after the last episode 4 aired. So it was just a hot mess. And hearing that in her last registered will, a few months before she passed, it got me sad-eyeing this whole show, to be honest. Like, what y'all doing? I hope this is the last season. And I really feel manipulated now just watching this. It's like, what you trying to tell the audience? It seems like y'all trying to do housekeeping and a public perception of you guys and how y'all treated Tracy when she was here on Braxton Family Values. So that's what it feels like. And I keep seeing that message like this season is dedicated to Tracy and stuff like that. So they definitely using Tracy and her son and stuff like that. So let's get to this episode. I might be all over the place because I don't have no notes. Don't have no notes at all. Just gonna go off the memory dome. I believe the episode started out with, I remember Tawana going off on Orgy. I want to say his name is the showrunner, the producer, whatever of the show, and he come from the back. It's like a fourth wall break, and she's just saying how Big Kevin would not come on this platform to voice anything or talk to anyone. I'm like, he don't have to sit with y'all. He can sit with his son and Papa Braxton, like I said in my last video. But whatever. I mean, don't get mad when he go on social media on his platform to air y'all out or to defend himself. But yeah, it's definitely like a passive aggressive way to get back at Big Kevin, because Trina brought up about the funeral, and then she said no, the thing he threw for Tracy. She had to correct herself because damn well it was not a funeral, it was a memorial of service of Tracy. Her body wasn't there. It just honored her memory. Her son was there. Her Papa Braxton was there, and her brother Mikey and stuff. So, and I heard it was nice. And I heard he was not selling tickets and stuff like that. It was a free event for the family, friends, and her fans to celebrate her. So, and according to their will, they can do it. So, I mean, they keep saying that's not Tracy wishes to have a funeral, but it wasn't a funeral. So I don't know. So it was just, they get on my nerves, but they keep saying Tracy wishes. It seemed like Tracy had a lot of wishes, and some of the wishes y'all is not honoring, like y'all not getting along. She wanted y'all to get along according to Mama E. So whatever. And then they get into the Braxton family values the way I guess the public perceived that they left their sister when they got their record deal and stuff back in the day. And Tracy got pregnant. Trina already had her baby at the time, and they did show a flashback when it was all at the table and stuff, talking about it. And at this point, when I heard they talking about it, and then they talking about the wannabe title they gave Tracy, I'm like, who's they? And she said it was Fed. Who's they? Y'all? Because y'all let it ride. Who gave her the wannabe? Because I would be cussing out that old production then, at that moment, not years later. This is just like, it was just terrible. I didn't like that wannabe. I didn't like the titles they gave each other. It was just weird. And I guess they trying to explain what happened. Yeah, we know that back in the day, the 90s, that women getting pregnant, and being in the music business is not ideal. Okay, we trying to sell a group. Then it had me thinking, like, when they talking about the pregnancy stuff, I know that's how it is. It is what it is back in the day, but it got me thinking about when Tamika and Titan got pregnant from Escape. And we see Tamika in one of the videos dancing her pregnant ass off from Escape. It was just, and they still made it. It's just, I guess it depends on who you dealing with in the music industry and who's in your ear and stuff like that. So, but it's different now. Like, women having babies and being pregnant well in their singing career. Pregnant on stage singing, like Cardi B and Beyonce now. So it's different now. So, yeah, but Tracy got pregnant, and then they said we didn't leave our sister, we left you, or something like that. I guess they was talking about Big Kevin. So this is just like, let me know they trying to do some correcting or something for the past show. Instead of, they could have did that in real time at that time, in my opinion, when Tracy was here. It's easy to convey or sway the audience when she's not here to defend herself, and you will not let Big Kevin on the show to defend himself. So that's why I say I feel manipulated, because it's easy to speak on these things when the other party is not here to have their side of the story. So, and I understand when they came to that, when they signed a deal, that was a sticky situation because it was back in the day. And Tracy, somewhere in their relationship or during that time, she did felt left behind, and it would have been great if they could have talked about it then in detail and tell her that how they felt at that time. But hearing it now is just, I just didn't really care, to be honest, because the people who was involved was not here to tell they side how they felt. So if they said they didn't leave their sister, they didn't leave their sister behind. So whatever. I think we get a scene where what's her name? Tamar going to the studio, and I think the producer Nee, I don't know which is his name, but he looked familiar. But it was a producer who worked with Tracy when she did her album. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then she came in to listen to, I guess, a record she put down with him in the studio, and she also, talking about putting her, music is therapeutic to most people, and I think this is for Tamar, because I believe she said that during a grief therapy session that she do it through her music, so. And they would listen to the record, and then they told about Vince. Vince got a good ear for music, and she still, I guess, have a good, decent relationship. I mean, I would hope so. I mean, they got a son together, but to listen to, she said he got a good ear for music, and because he was her manager, I believe, at one point when she did the Love and War, and he was Gaga manager, and he was Tony manager at one point back in the day. So she called him, he, they FaceTime, they was talking and stuff like that. And I guess she has a record, there's a song that's getting traction. They were saying congratulations and stuff like that. And I guess he said he's proud of her and stuff like that. It was like shocking to see Vince on the phone, but not really, because they gotta have a co-parent relationship. But we know it's gonna be like a relationship for us, like outside of Logan. So it was cool to see Vince. It seemed like they have a little thing there still for each other. Love for each other, I should say. And I think that was it for that scene. Because she's trying to work on I guess her next album, I want to say. And then we get a scene of Tawanda, I think, Trina, the mama, and Tamar talking. I guess they went out to eat or something. And then the orgy keep breaking the fourth wall, bring her flowers, talking about congratulations on the record. But she really didn't talk about the record. She went straight to talk about Tracy and stuff like that. It was just weird how that was edited, because you bring her flowers, but she don't want to talk about this record, because I didn't know that. I'm like, what is this, like number one on iTunes? What is streaming numbers are good? I don't know. I don't even know the name of the song. If they said it, I missed it, and I never heard of this song that's getting attraction. But not either way, congratulations to Tamar for that. So, because it's just like, I don't know if she was embarrassed to talk about it or they cut it out. I don't know. What else happened? I remember it was a scene where Vaughn, Trina, and her two grown sons, they went to an axe throwing place to hang out, throwing axe. I always wanted to do that. Go to those kind of places, throw an axe. And the conversation about Trina wanted some grandbabies came up. So, and I think he's the oldest, the chubby one, the thicker one. He's married, and he's been with his girlfriend for like 9 or 10 years. They've been married for 2 or something like that. And she said she wanted some grandbabies, and then I guess she walked away or something at one point, and then they said Vaughn said that her sons was adamant that they don't want kids. And he said, what you got to do. He said, like, when it comes to that, it's like majority of the women's control or decision for that to happen. And he said, if you want to control on your end, you should get a vasectomy. I was like, that is so permanent thing to do. Well, semi-permanent, because somebody could be reversed, but I don't know about all that. But that's extreme in my opinion. But I hear what you're saying. Like, if you want to control on your end that you don't want to have a kid, but on the other hand, you telling her kids this, and you know she want a grandbaby, but I think the kids should do what's right for them, in my opinion. What's right for them. Because your mama said requested. She put requested for some grandbabies don't mean you have to give her those things. But him saying that vasectomy is like, that's really feminine. But in my opinion, the oldest son who's married should have a conversation with his wife that if he were to make that decision. And I don't think it should be that permanent of getting a vasectomy, in my opinion. Just wear a damn condom, okay? And because you never know. You might change your mind later. You'd be surprised. What else happened? And then later you see that when he told Trina what he told them, and, she didn't appreciate it. And I felt her on that because, she wanted grandbabies. And I don't think it was I don't think he should have told them that to make it permanent. I think he just should have told them to talk to their significant other about it so they can make a decision together and just wear a condom. That's simple. And you hearing Trina, your wife, want a baby, so to say that to her son is wild, but I get it at the same time because if they don't want children, they got to have some control on their end for us. Just use protection, dude. So you don't have to worry about getting her pregnant. This is the Tracy birthday episode, so they're talking about throwing her second heavenly birthday at a venue in Atlanta. And you get to see what Tawana and the car talking about. Call Scratchy. She's going to make the Scratchy stick this time. Because I heard it was a video clip going around from Braxton Family Values, what she said in one time. I'm like, she going to make it stick this time, boy. I guess because she don't want to say, like, Kevin's name because he do have his daddy name. So that's another way, passive-aggressive way to approach it, in my opinion. So we get to with Tawana called Scratchy or Lil Kevin. She invited him to Atlanta to do the birthday. His mother's second heavenly birthday. So she said she was gonna pay for his plane ticket to fly him out for that. So that's sweet, I guess. And then they get to this venue. I don't know where it's happening, but they brought they have beautiful pictures of Tracy, posters plaster all over the venue, balloons and stuff. And I think the only people who didn't show up was the daddy, the brother, I think this, and of course Tony. Let's talk about Tony right quick because Tony is, I think at that time she was on her way to Paris because I think she had a gig before she do her Vegas show with Cedric, her Vegas residency, I should say, with Cedric the Entertainer. So she has a gig in Paris, and she did talk to them when she was there and stuff like that. And I'm gonna just be honest, like I think, in my opinion, I think Tony is glad to be busy doing something else than being around them at this moment in time. Because She wasn't really open at the grief therapy session all that much, and she don't even want to have individual therapy. She need therapy, in my opinion, to deal with those feelings about Tracy and her own and her personal life situations for his health and deal with her own children and stuff like that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with therapy. Therapy is good for everybody. And yeah, I just think she just like to be gone. She just probably glad she got something to do than to be around her family. I think she just like being in the bubble, her own bubble, and stuff like that. But back to the party. So they're at the party, and they just sitting around. It was quite awkward at first, and to one of them, I got a surprise, and then it was Lil Kevin. I think that everybody knew it was Lil Kevin coming. It was like, okay. But it was, I guess they was glad to see him to make it to this birthday in honor of his mom, and then we also meet the person who took care of Tracy. Denise is Tracy's friend, but she went to college. But she knows Tawana as well. But she got close to Tracy, I guess, when they got in their adult years. And but Tawana grew up with this lady and went to college with this lady, Denise, something like that, who was taking care of Tracy when she really got down bad. And Tracy said she didn't want to be alone and stuff like that. And which is understandable. Like, you sick, your son has got his own life, he got a wife and a child, and your husband probably working, trying to, maintain stuff, like he can't be there for 24/7. And Denise dropped everything. I don't know, is it everything or semi everything? I don't know how Denise's life is set up, but she was there for Tracy all the way, every day. So it was like, kudos to Tracy. I mean, kudos to Denise for being there for Tracy. And then we get a scene where Tamar was asking Denise questions and stuff like that. So that's how we knew that what Denise's role was in Tracy's life and in her when she really got down bad, when she got sick. So because Tamar expressed that she didn't find out to a couple of weeks before she passed or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. I think she said 2 weeks before, and the reason she found out because she overheard from somebody who talked to a hospice nurse or something. Hospice nurse, I don't know. Something like that. And she felt some type of way and stuff like that. And I mean, rightfully so, but Mama E said that Tracy said that she told him don't tell Tawana, and tell Tamar. I think Trina and Tawana knew, and of course probably the brother and the daddy probably already knew at some point in time. I think Tony and then Tamar knew last. Yes. About Tracy, her ailment, how she was really don't have much time left, and her illness. And it was one point when Denise said that she suggested and told Tracy that she should call her sisters, and Tracy felt like she didn't want to call them or bother them or burden them. And I could see Tracy saying that the way her personality is, and how she come off in the Braxton family values. She feel like she don't want to burden her sisters with her illness. And Tamar said that she lost time. She felt like she lost time. That nobody couldn't tell her that Tracy was sick and all that stuff. Whoop-de-woo. And then, Trina had the third wrench like, but y'all wasn't on good terms the last time. I see both sides. Like, you want to honor Tracy's wishes of not telling Tamar. And then on the other hand, like, this is her sister. Her sister's down bad, really sick. And she's on her way out. And nobody has to tell her. But my thing is, for me, Tamar, your sister was down bad. It's just like, we all saw Tracy at her son's wedding. She didn't look right then. I don't know how long it been since you put your eyes on Tracy. You said at one point she was helping you do a closet or something. I'm like, how long ago was that? You didn't know, because she did have a physical drastic change in her physical appearance. I saw it as an audience or as a fan, and I'm like, something is not right. But you can't, as a fan, you can want to put that out there until they say something, and because some people do lose weight, and it could be due to a diet or the Ozempic stuff that people was doing. But that's the only thing I have a gripe with Tamar with. Like, how long it been since you talked to your sister? Okay, so she was diagnosed December 2020. She passed in what, 2022 or March or something like that, I want to say. I just want to know, how long has it been since you put your eyes on her? I mean, I know you was dealing with your own stuff, with your relationships and stuff like that, with people and stuff like that, and you was out here TV shows and hustling and stuff. So it was just some missing pieces, but I get her feeling like she felt left out of knowing of Tracy ailment, and she felt like she lost time. So I get that too. So, but my thing is, why do people feel like they lost time when someone is on their way out or sick? You should have spent time when they are here, in my opinion. Should have spent time when they are here. Whether they sick or not, just spend time. Just try to make an effort to spend time with each other, in my opinion. So there won't be no time off. But she said she grew within the last couple of weeks. She said she grew a bond with Tracy in her last days, and found out some stuff about her and stuff like that. Learned some stuff about her. So like, okay, cool. But yeah, I think that was it. But let me rewind back when Tamar was in the studio talking about when she was on the phone with Vince, and something about she had a great example of how to move on after a divorce or something like that. It was a joke, because I cackled. I took it as a joke, because I know you ain't talking about Papa Braxton and Mama E being a good example of how to move on after a divorce, because I don't think Miss E. I think Miss E still roll her eyes when she in the same room with that man, in my opinion, because she really don't care, still don't care for that man, even though it been years later and he's married to the other woman for how many years now. So it's just like she really don't care. And then we see season 1, it was still a hot mess, even though, and over the season of the Braxton family values, she really didn't care for that man. But yeah, that's all I took from it. I think that was it that I can remember from the episode. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you like the video. If you're not subscribe please, and thank you. And yeah, share your thoughts on this episode, what you thought about it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. On track, now we going way up. Don't be used as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up.